Now, the second law of indices says that if you have two bases, same bases, a raised to m and a raised to n, and a raised to m is being divided by a raised to n, then the answer could be written as a raised to m minus n. In case of division, we have to subtract the second index from the first one. And if I try to write it in the fractional form, then it would become a raised to n divided by a raised to n. If I try to move this a to the numerator, then I'll be writing a raised to m multiplied by a raised to, now the index over here, the power over here, its sign would change when it is moved to the numerator. Since n is positive over here, if I write it in the numerator, it would become negative of n. The sign of the index would change. And now we are back to the first law, which says that if two same bases are being multiplied with each other, their indices should get added to each other. So I could also write over here a raised to m plus the second index minus n, which would come out to be a raised to m minus n. So second law is nothing but a bit extension of the first law, which says that if two bases are being divided and both of the bases are same, then you can write the final answer as a single base. In the index, you would be writing the first index and subtracted by, or the second index would get subtracted from this first index. Now let's move on to the examples. Part A, it says 9 raised to 7 divided by 9 raised to 3. Now we have same bases being divided by each other. So I would be writing a single base 9, then the first index 7 minus the second index 3. So the final answer would be 9 raised to 4. Part B, it says minus 4 raised to 8 being divided by minus 4, and there is no index over here, so means that index is going to be 1. Now the same basis, again we have the same basis minus 4 being divided by each other, so their indices should be subtracted. So I'm writing minus 4 as the single base, first index 8 minus the second index 1, so it would become minus 4 raised to 7. Third part, it says a raised to 10 divided by a raised to 6. Again, the bases are same, being divided by each other. So I'm writing a single base a, first index 10 minus second index 6, since there is a division sign between both the terms. So I would be writing a raised to 4 as the final answer. Now moving on to the last part, which is 27 x raised to 9 y raised to 4 divided by 9x raised to 6 y cubed. Now, first of all, we could write the numbers in the fractional form. And x raised to 9 would get divided by x raised to 6, and y raised to 4 would get divided by y cube over here. Now, when we divide and simplify 27 by 9, we get 3. So I'm writing a 3. Then we have x raised to 9 divided by x raised to 6. And finally, y raised to 4 divided by y cube. Now I can apply the second law of indices over here, since the bases are same, being divided by each other. So I would be writing x raised to 9 minus 6 multiplied by, again we have the same situation, same bases being divided by each other. So 4 minus 3 would be written as their indices form. Now 3 times x raised to 3 and y raised to 1 would be the final answer of this part.
We try to explain complex concepts in simple language and with effective examples. If you like the video and the way we explain the subject, consider liking this tutorial, commenting on it and subscribing to our channel and press the bell icon, so that you stay updated and get notified when we upload more videos. Thanks for watching.